Hey, it's Janine from Storied Adventures Travel, and it is day 3 of our 21 days of travel to celebrate 2021. Hooray! I can't wait to travel again. I hope you're all excited. Things will start to change as the year goes on, so lots of big things coming. So over the last few days, we've been talking about travel, dreams, and goals, and going through the Dream Big Travel Planner. So if you haven't gotten your copy, I'm going to add the link below and you can sign up and follow along. So the new year is always about resolutions and intentions for the year. So I believe that making your travel dreams a reality requires some planning, some inspiration, and really thinking outside of the travel box. So as I said, we went through, started going through the planner. And if you've been following along, I'll go quickly through this awesome quote by Lucille Ball. We have a little inspiration to start, and then coming up with your list about milestones and your hobbies and all of the things that you love to do, and really putting together your why and your what, and then start thinking about the where. And I'll take that out of the stream because BeLive only lets me show 10 pages at a time. So the next is putting it all together, the what, where, who, when, how. And now that you've thought about the why and the what and figured out your where, think about who. So of course, not every vacation is right for every age. If you have young kids, you're going to be doing something different than if you're traveling with your friends, or if you're with, you have elderly parents or whatever it is. So it's important to think about age and mobility issues and any other concerns you might have as you start to think, because, you might want an active vacation, or you might want to sleep under the stars in Africa on a safari, but do the people you travel with want to do the same? So it's important to think of all that as you start to put it together. And not that you won't travel with those people sometime, just maybe the first dream vacation is not the right vacation for that. So you come up with the who, and then the when. So it's also important to think about travel permits. So say I talked about gorilla trekking, and it's hard. There's only a certain number of permits available each day. So some vacations really do require a year or maybe even 2 years to plan. So that's something to think about. Also, time of year. Not everything is happening at the same time of year. Obviously, the northern lights are in the winter for the most part, and temperature. So you might think that you're going to a nice beautiful beach vacation in Greece, for example, but it's not warm all the time. So it's important to think about that as you put together the when. And then, of course, the how. Do you want to do it all yourself, or do you want to hire someone like me to help you with it, to help you put it all together? So that's important too, because especially if you're traveling with like a multi-generational group with a lot of people, all of the things that go into putting that together, it's a lot of work. And finding the right experience for all the right people, and then herding everyone together like cats, that's a lot. So you may want to consider hiring somebody to help you. So that is pretty much the whole thing. I've added some other things here, a few more fun quotes, and then this timeline to really, so you can really map it out and not only include the destination and the year that you want to go, but perhaps there are other things that you need to think about, like getting permits, or a visa, or whatever it is. Or maybe it's you want to go to the Olympics. When are the Olympics happening, and how far in advance do you need to get your reservations and get tickets to the events that you want to see? Because some of the events, as I'm sure you know, sell out really quickly, while others not so much. So I included this timeline so you can really just you can put something together for 2, 3, 5 years, 7 years, or however long you want to think about it, and think about your future travel plans. I also included a map if you want to see, sometimes you can combine things together, different trips, depending on how long you have. If you are retired, maybe you have a lot of time, so you could combine several things at once. And it's sometimes for me, because I'm a very visual person, I like to see it mapped out and say, oh, this is close to here. Or you could think about combining as you're flying, maybe stopping. If your flight has to stop somewhere anyway, maybe you could include another dream destination on your way to the final activity that you have planned. So I did include that just because I like to see that. It helps me visualize where everything is. And I also included 5 years of a calendar. So as you think about your big birthday or your anniversary that's coming up, graduation, or anything, any big events, any big milestones, you can actually look and include the dates and think about what year it is and when during the year it is. So that will help you think about, so your birthday's in December, where can you travel in December where the weather's good or the activity that you want to participate in happens. So that's helpful to have too. And then finally, a fun quote by Mae West, who was amazing and just really spicy, sassy woman. And it's, you only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. So that's the planner. Again, grab the planner if you feel the call and you want to go through it. And I would love to know what you came up with or what you come up with in terms of your plans, your travel plans. You can always contact me through the Facebook or my website, which is Storied Adventures, and let me know, post it below. So grab the planner, share with a friend, and yeah, super fun. So before I sign off, I am going to talk about a few things that maybe you want to include in your travel plan, which are 10 archaeological wonders of the world. And I love this stuff. So I travel because I really, it fascinates me and amazes me to no end to walk on the same roads and the same places where people walked thousands of years ago. It just really, something about it is amazing to me. So this is Machu Picchu. It's high in the Andes Mountains. It's the most visited tourist destination in Peru, built in the 15th century by the Incas. As you can see, there are terrace gardens and places of worship are still intact. Of course, like a lot of places, they're concerned about over-tourism. So the number of visitors are limited each day. So this is a place that if you really want to go to, you should think ahead. And there's also a place nearby that you can stay that books up. So this is a place that if you want to go to, it does require some planning. Here's a picture of the Cliff Palace in Mesa Verde National Park in Colorado, which really, look at that amazing, amazing rock city. It was carved into the rock surface between the 3rd and the 5th centuries. And it was home to farmers, hunters, craftspeople, and really, just really is amazing to think of the work that went into that. The next destination is Tikal in Guatemala, which is close to Mexico in Tikal National Park. It was dated to the 6th century BCE. And they were a powerful group conquered by the Spanish in the 16th century. But look how well preserved that is and intact. It's amazing. Next is one I'm sure you've heard of, is Pompeii in Italy. And I just read somewhere that they found some more, archaeologists found some more ruins and found some more preserved people. So as you might know, in 79 CE, Mount Vesuvius erupted and covered the whole city in ash. And really, the whole city was devastated, and everyone and everything that was there at the time was entombed and trapped by the explosion. It's located near Naples, but you'll find intact homes. And look at the fresco that exists, that this was preserved. It really is amazing. It's almost frozen in time. Next up, we head over to Greece, Mycenae, Greece, which is Peloponnese Peninsula. I do have notes, as you can see. It's a civilization that existed between the 17th and 11th century BCE. It's mostly in ruins, but still there are some really impressive artifacts there. And if you get a kick like I do, walking in the footsteps of just the start of civilization, it really would be amazing to see. And this is Petra, which is in Jordan. It's really an impressive facade carved into the canyon walls, like into the rock. So imagine what the work that went into that. And it was an important stop for traders between the countries of the Middle East and the Mediterranean. And it was included in the Indiana Jones movies. So really familiar to you. So this is Vijayanagar. Vijayanagar. Sorry, I had to look that up because it is difficult and it's in India. So it's Vijayanagar. And the kingdom was spread throughout southern India during the 14th and 16th century. And there are just many beautiful ruins and palaces to see. And India is high on my heck yeah list. And I hope to get there someday. This is Carthage in Tunisia. And it was founded in the 9th century BCE. And it was a rival of Rome because it was powerful, it had a powerful army, military, and it was a big commercial zone. As you see, it's right on the water. So that was important. And it was destroyed by the Romans in the 2nd century. And then finally, we have Angkor in Cambodia. It was built by the Khmer Empire, and it is 155 square mile complex. So how amazing is that? Built from the 9th to the 15th centuries. There are Hindu and Buddhist temples, and the most famous is the Angkor Wat temple. So all of these amazing spots, and maybe pique your interest enough to do some research there and add that to your list. So again, thanks for stopping by. Tomorrow, I am going to go through this really fun online tool that helps you put all of your travel dreams together and share them with family and friends. So it's really awesome. And I hope you can stop by. So again, don't forget to grab your free travel Dream Big Travel Planner and share it with a friend. And thanks for coming by. And again, let's go, because every great adventure, every great story starts with an adventure. Thanks, everybody. Bye.